Well. Looks like NIO and Xpeng just posted delivery numbers for the month of January. I've been gone so long that they even posted their delivery numbers for December and all of 2021. So I wanted to jump on and give you guys an update and show you exactly why I sold all of my NIO and put it into Xpeng and why I will continue to do that for the next year at least. So let's jump right in. Welcome back to This Just In. Thank you so much for joining me today, guys. My name is Justin and I am your host. I know it's been a while, guys. I literally haven't posted a video in like over a month. I was really getting my butt kicked by COVID. I've got some underlying lung conditions that's given me problems my entire life, so it was kind of brutal, but you don't care about that. Today, guys, I want to just briefly look at the delivery numbers for Xpeng and NIO. I'm going to spend a majority of the time, though, looking at the charts and breaking down where I think they're going to be going, because that's really what everybody cares about. Where do I think it's going in the short term? Where should I buy it? Should I buy it now? Should I wait? Where should I take profit? So we're just going to look over the delivery numbers for just a second. I put together a spreadsheet so you can see, month over month in 2021. Then we'll look at 2022 and we'll get to the good stuffs at the chart. So definitely stick around to the end. You don't want to miss that. I haven't been here for a while, so I'm not going to tell you guys to subscribe. I gotta get your love back. So let's just jump in, guys. So first thing we're going to look at, guys, just real quick, this is the delivery numbers for all of 2021. The numbers up top right here are by month. The numbers on the bottom are a running total, so they just add up every single month. As you can see here, guys, Xpeng didn't pull ahead of NIO until, per month, I should say, didn't pull ahead of them in per month deliveries until August. These are the same charts. These are monthly deliveries. They're just different types of chart, a bar chart and a line chart. But take a look how they were pretty close. Like NIO was spanking Xpeng all the way up until July when they converged. And then Xpeng really started to pull ahead and was beating them pretty substantially towards the end of the year. They really started to pull ahead in like October, November, and December. You can see here in September, they did about the same, 10,000, 9,200, but in October, Xpeng doubled NIO. And then in November, they did almost 6,000 more than them. And then in December, they did 6,000 more than them. Now, in the running total, guys, Xpeng didn't pull ahead of NIO until December. All the way up until November, they had about the same deliveries in November, which if you take a look here, guys, like in June, they had a 13,000 car lead. In July, they about the same, 12, 10, what is that? 31, 38, 53. So, they had like an 11,000 car lead in July. So it's pretty insane that Xpeng was really able to step on the gas and catch them. If you take a look at the running total, guys, you can see, NIO was beating them pretty badly, and then Xpeng just stepped on the gas. And if you notice here, I think we're going to continue to see that separation where Xpeng will continue to outperform them in deliveries. Now, I think this is a big testament, guys, to how important it is that Xpeng has that internal manufacturing. They've got their own factories, and they're building more factories with the support of the Chinese government, where NIO still outsources all of its manufacturing. Now, because they outsource their manufacturing, NIO has a better gross profit margin, but a lot of that has to do with Xpeng putting so much more money into R&D than NIO. So I think in 2022, guys, Xpeng is really set up to do very well if they can continue the momentum, and NIO's set up to where they've got a lot to prove. One mistake, 1 or 2 months of missing guidance or missing numbers, I think they're going to get beat down pretty substantially. If we take a look at January 2022 deliveries, guys, look at NIO, 9652, still decent deliveries, 34% year over year from 2021. If we look at Xpeng, though, almost 13,000, 115% year over year from 2021. If we jump over 2021, you got to keep in mind, January is typically one of the lower months. Seasonality is the end of the year. That's when the big months are there. And in 2022, in January, guys, NIO barely did, they almost did the same as their best month of December, where Xpeng almost did as much, but still did substantially more in December and absolutely killed January of 2022. So all I'm getting at, guys, is Xpeng started the year off very, very strong, and if they can keep that up, NIO's got a big problem on their hands, and I think this is the year that Xpeng will step up and say, I am the best EV, maker over there in China. That's why I love Xpeng. That's why I will continue to buy them. And that's why I'm avoiding NIO at the moment. If we jump over and take a look at the chart, guys, you can see NIO's chart is looking pretty bad. I mean, doing nothing but lower highs. It was making the same lows. It had a big buy wall down here, but then it just broke that inflection zone recently. Not good. Not good, guys. One thing I want to say, you had your first high, second high, third high, and on the third high, you also were back testing the 200-day moving average as resistance, not once, but twice, but 3 times before dumping again. You just broke your inflection zone and you went back down to the next level, which was also those highs from back in August and September of 2020. So guys, this is looking pretty scary. And what I actually think is going to happen is I think you're going to make a full reset, just like Xpeng did. If we jump over to the weekly, you can see here, downtrend, downsloping channel. And this is what could be potentially happening, guys, a big M shape. You could be getting one of those big harmonics, which is probably a bat pattern because you only made about a 56% retracement on your X to A to B on your B leg. So what that would mean is it would be going for a full 886 from your low to your high, which would also be confluent with the bottom of that downsloping channel, guys. That's where you want to buy NIO at. That's the area that you want to take a long position. But right here, it just gapped down after breaking the inflection zone, and it had bullish divergence on the daily going into the inflection zone, and it had a very poor reaction coming off of those lower levels there. You can also see here that the 886 would be confluent with the all-time candle high close from back here in March of 2019 and the IPO price candle high close. So that's a deep value perceived area, guys. That's where you want to buy NIO at. I think that, $9 sounds insane for most people. Most of you guys probably think it will never go that low, but look at what Chewy did. Go back and watch my video on Chewy months ago. It was like doing the same thing. It was at an inflection zone. It was about to break it. And I said, if it breaks it, all it is wave structure, guys. It's going to do a full reset. And that's what it did. So keep an eye on NIO here, guys. If it does not hold this level, it's going down to $10. I promise you. If you take a look here, guys, you can see, again, bullish divergence, very poor reaction. But you don't want to buy a stock here, guys, because, again, you're under the 200-day moving average. You had your first low. Okay, you never want to buy on your first low because nobody knows if that's the bottom. You want to wait until it at least gets a confirmation low, but again, I think it's just going to dump. Essentially what it did, guys, is it made the lowest level of relative strength. You're losing your negative momentum. So this little reaction here is just to reset the oscillator. It's just to get it out of the oversold so it can dump again and go back to oversold. So watch NIO very carefully. Set up an alert down here at $11.60, which is that, candle high close from back here in October. It's these wick lows, the initial candle high close from July. Put an alert there. I promise you'll be glad you did, because if you can jump in and take this big harmonic long after a first low, second low, you'll be very glad you did. But look at Xpeng, guys. Why do I think NIO's going to do that? Because that's what Xpeng did. It topped out, it dumped, attempted a rally to back test that level as resistance before dumping all the way down 90% of its value, creating the first low, second confirmation low. And this is where I set Xpeng out as a trade setup clear back in May at $24. That's right when I bought it, and we took it all the way to $57. So look at the difference in the chart though, guys. Just, consistent uptrend. You can see making higher highs, higher lows, except for recently. This is really bad stuff right here, guys. Xpeng just broke down past a major inflection zone that was resistance, support, 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 resistance, resistance, support, 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 support. Now it's resistance again. So this is not good either, guys. I think Xpeng's also going to go back and do another full reset, unfortunately, which I'm actually kind of happy with, because look at what we could be seeing. We could be seeing a bullish shark pattern. which would be exceptional, guys. It would look something like this, and it would do a full 886, which would also be confluent with that $25 level. So what would we be looking for? We'd be looking for it to hit the 25, react, first low, second low, get your second low, set your stop loss underneath that zone at $22.73, and let it run to much higher prices. Obviously, guys, the whole stock market's getting annihilated right now, so you got to be careful. But look at what Xpeng did. It broke the zone of inflection. It had bearish convergence. It was oversold. It caught a reaction to back test the inflection zone as resistance. Again, a level that was support many times previously is now certainly resistance again until it breaks it and back tests it as support again. So you want nothing to do with Xpeng right here if you currently do not own it. If you own it and you're dollar cost averaging into it like I am, great. But this is not the time to buy it as a new trade setup. You want to wait until you either see 25.27, 22.2073 right down here, or you want to wait until it breaks back above that $35.85 to $38 level and back tests it as support. You really want to wait until it breaks the supply line, honestly, because you had your first high, second high, and it could really your third high there. But if you want to get like a discernible low, you want to wait until it rallies, and probably you want to wait until it makes a higher high than this high. But that's just me. I would wait, guys, until you get the other M shape, because that would be legendary. You know, this is perfect context after a big rally, a drawdown. It's making higher lows than these major discernible lows. It's at deep value perceived areas. This is beautiful, guys. We want to see it down here. So that's my thoughts. You know, I love Xpeng. I think it's going to do very, very well over the course of the next couple of years. But you just don't want to buy it after two big bearish engulfing candles, you know, back testing a level as resistance, building fresh negative momentum on the weekly. Your oscillators at 43, literally like right there in the bearish control zone. So you got a lot to be desired here. You want to wait. You want to be patient. See what happened here. Rally, make the M shape, first low, second low, and then you had a textbook bearish hammer before rallying. So that's it for today, guys. Let me know down in the comments if you agree with my analysis. If you think, you know, Xpeng's better than NIO, then like the video. If you think that it's worse, if you think NIO's better, like the video as well. I'll read your mind. But this video is for entertainment purposes only, guys. I'm not a licensed stockbroker. Always do your own research and due diligence. Don't just take my word for it. Come over and join us at the Patreon if you want to be part of a great family. I'm going to be super active on there now. I'm so sorry, guys. I've been super sick, but I love you all so much. Thank you for your continued support, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.